Hey lovelies, today I'm going to be showing you how to complete this makeup look, which is perfect for a winter wedding for a bride or bridesmaids. Now this I've obviously taken quite a few examples from vintage style, and we're going to be able to transform it from day into night. So this is the night version, which we'll be getting to later, but starting off of course we need to start with our base. And we're freshly moisturised, freshly washed, and with our hair back ready to go. Starting off with the Cover FX, this is the Mattifying Primer with the salicylic acid. I can never say that word, so very sorry about that, but this covers my pores beautifully. It works really well in pictures, so it gives a lovely, nice, even effect and makes my skin look matte for all day because I've got very oily skin. So I'm letting that set, and now I'm getting started with my two Fenty primers because neither of them match, so I have to mix because I'm that high maintenance. Don't forget to shake them up if you've got these. Applying 2.5 pumps of the 120 and then 1.5 pumps of the 150, and using a damp beauty blender to just dab that all over my face. Now of course, one really important trick with this is to really push it into those pores, and don't forget to go all the way down your neck because pictures aren't just going to be taken just of your face. You need to make sure that everything matches. And take it down to the neckline of your dress as well, because these are pictures that are going to be representing the bride and you for the rest of their lives hopefully, so it's quite important. Cover your ears as well. And we're getting started with our Kat Von D concealer. Now I've got this one in the colour L5 because this covers my spots really well, and I also push it into the sides of my nose to actually get in those pores and make sure that stays really nice and matte. Now I've got my Pixi by Petra Under Eye Cover Corrector Concealer. This is in a really nice peach shade, and it doesn't actually look too obscene. So I've just popped it on under my eyes, and now I'm using L1 by Kat Von D. Trying to do that sort of triangle shape to make things nice and bright, and using again that beauty blender. Just push it right on in there, and it really helps to brighten up this particular area, especially if you've got bags under your eyes. Now I'm using my e.l.f. Mineral Sheer Coloured Eye Primer, that's what it is. And whilst we let our face set, we're starting with the brows. So using, first of all, the Eye-Porous Husk Brow Fibre Extend in the colour Ash Blonde. This gets through my brows really nicely and sort of stains the skin a little bit. But just to define them a bit more, making sure they're still relatively soft, using my Dip Brow Pomade by Anastasia Beverly Hills in the colour Blonde. Time for a bit of tea, I think. Just brushing through those brows, of course, and making sure to fill any gaps, and just defining around the outside with a Magical Multi Pencil by Pacifica just to brighten that up. Now we're getting started with my favourite part, which of course is the eyeshadow. So I'm taking my In the Nude palette by Makeup Geek for this, and also a palette which I've created myself. Now, on first impressions they look fairly similar, but there are definite differences going on here. Mine has got a few more pinky bases, and we're starting off with Vanilla Bean. Great multi-purpose shade, just applying a light dusty of that underneath the brow bone, and then we're using our Kat Von D setting powder because I forgot to bake under my eyes. You should do this too because honestly, it really helps prevent anything like leaking down your face, because it's a wedding, you're gonna cry, at least if you're me. Now I'm taking Labyrinth, this is by Colourpop, a lovely dusty rose shade, which really looks amazing for a winter wedding, just makes skins really nice and warm. And I'm taking Creme Brulee just over the top of that, still using that same soft dome brush. Now of course using Cocoa Bear, just to warm everything up a bit more, and really just blend everything in together. Almost creating a cut crease, but we're trying to make sure this remains nice and soft. And just making sure that brush is clean and just buffing that all together. Then using a soft dome brush to soften that even more. Because we definitely don't want harsh lines for a wedding now, do we? At least not me. So now I'm just taking this colour, which is Dark Roast, from the In the Nude palette, using a small dome brush and just creating like a nice sort of deep V at the outside that's nice and soft, just a gradient effectively. And I'm taking Beaches and Cream now and painting that mostly 2/3 of the way over the lid, just creating a really nice sort of soft cut crease again. It's basically just incredibly flattering in pictures. Make sure to just pack that right on. And now I'm using one of my favourite colours, which is Rapunzel. It's a nice sort of buttery champagne-y gold, just to highlight underneath the brow, and then I'm going to take a really soft dusting of this. It's important not to wear shimmers for a wedding because it doesn't always come across great in pictures. And I'm just going over with that same Cabin Fever colour and just making sure to keep that nice and soft. And I have to take creased as well, just to make sure that underneath is sort of matching. And then using an eyeliner brush, I'm taking that Cabin Fever colour and just lining just underneath my waterline to make my eyes appear a bit bigger. And using that same magical multi-pencil underneath the eyes now just to line that waterline. To make sure this lasts all day, I'm using So Pale. This doesn't actually hurt, it looks painful, but it's not, and it helps that stay all day. My beloved eyeliner has finally come back in stock as well. Tattoo Liner by Kat Von D in the colour Trooper. Oh my god, I love it so much. I'm not even doing a wing for this. Again, this is a wedding, but on me, pencil liner just really doesn't cut it, so I'm actually just doing a nice thin line using this liner, just making sure that my eyes stand out enough, but not like too much. But of course we've still got to go with our Whispers by Ardell because I always need something extra. This is the setting powder that I just adore from that little travel kit from Cover FX. It's a mattifying setting powder, and I'm just using a nice fluffy brush to buff and stipple into my skin. This stuff, I swear, is just magical powder. And like I said before, I've got really oily skin, but this just honestly helps it stay so matte all day. I love it. Because you'll be in lots of pictures, you need to look good. And of course, our trusty mascara. This is the Bio Lash Lift Mascara by Ioporous. And it's so good. I've only done this on my top eyelashes, you'll have noticed. Now on to contouring. I'm using a powder because for me it's a lot more friendly. And I'm just using a contour brush here. So this contour powder is by Makeup Geek in the colour Breakup. Ironic for a wedding, I understand, but it's really good for cool tone pale people like myself. And I'm making sure to make this a bit more dramatic, but also very soft. But you see the effect it's given? I've got cheekbones now! Yay! And now we're starting off with our blush, of course, because you want to be freshly blushed. So I'm just mixing together a nice coral and also a nice dusty rose pink. Applying that to the apples of the cheeks and fairly high up because it looks really nice in pictures in my opinion, and it suits my particular face shape. Ta-da! Nice difference. And now I've tried to apply my lashes, clearly only one stuck, so I'm just getting started with our highlighter. Make sure again we don't want anything too extra, nice and subtle. This is the colour Luster by Makeup Geek. Oh, so good for any cool tone pale people out there. So good. And again, not going overboard, just drawing attention to those cheekbones and the cupid's bow as well to make your lips look bigger. I'm trying to make this subtle. Now those lashes are fully on, it makes such a difference. Honestly, I love falsies, and these ones aren't too dramatic. Same as the lips, so making sure to keep this quite nice and subtle, so I'm just lining my lips with a nude liner by Colourpop. Making sure to keep that completely filled in because that really helps make the colour stay on all day. And now I'm using a Plush Matte Lip by Makeup Geek in the colour Soccer Mom. It's a really nice, almost dusty rose, deeper than your lips, so it looks quite nice in a winter setting, but also not too dramatic again. It's perfect for daytime, and if you want to keep things subtle, you can keep this on at night time. I just think it's a lovely colour, and it's a great all-rounder. And of course it feels really comfortable and it lasts for a really long time as well. I think this one normally lasts me about 4 hours. That's not bad at all. Yes, the hair is away from my face because we're about to apply the Cover FX Mattifying Setting Spray. Oh my gosh, again, this stuff is amazing. Ooh, it's never fun putting that on, but it makes things last so well. I always do recommend setting spray. It gets rid of any powdery look that you might have as well. And then there we go. And that is the finished look with jewellery and everything. So this is your daytime look completely sorted. For the wedding I'm going to, we will all have our hair up. So I'll look a bit more like this, but you see what I mean? It's a really nice, classy look. Will look great in pictures, will look great on basically every single skin tone or face shape, but of course it's especially good for us pale girls. Now, here is the arsenal you're going to be needing. The e.l.f. blotting sheets. Oh my god, magical. And I'll show you later on how this actually works because I love it so much. And another thing I'll be taking with me is that mattifying setting powder again from Cover FX. I'll just be taking a little travel brush with me. And it just honestly makes such a difference. And I love it. I can't go on about it anymore. So that of course is the finished daytime look. Hope you like this one, but stick around if you want to see how to transform this from day to night. And this is 8 hours later. As you can see, I haven't touched up my lips at all. My skin is looking a little bit more oily, but yeah, you can see the natural colour of my lips has come through, which we need to fix. I just kind of want to show you exactly how it looked after 8 hours, honestly. So I'm going to be taking that lip product again, but first off, using those blotting sheets I just mentioned, and it's just removing any oil, but you see how my face is still staying on? That's why I love these. You just dab really, really nice and gently, but you also absorb a lot of oil because that's what I produce during the day because I'm so lucky. And taking that palette again, just having a quick look and a quick judge. Happy with the way that that's turning out, but of course, to make sure this lasts the whole night, applying a bit more of that powder again. Just in any of those trouble areas which I tend to get. Yep, you can see exactly where I'm oily. I bet you guys are suffering from the same thing. If you're not, I'm really jealous. But starting off, just using that same lip colour so you can just see what it's like when you just top it up. This is with no lip liner as well, so it still looks really nice. And now is the point where we get to darken up our eyes a bit. So I'm going to be using, of course, Aphrodite because that is the colour of love in my opinion, and plus this colour is like the black for pale people. We're just using that in the outer crease and just deepening up that outer edge, if that makes any sense. Just makes your eyes a little bit more dramatic, a little bit darker, and taking it a tiny bit underneath the eyes as well. This makes your eyes stand out a lot more, especially for nighttime. This, of course, is only if you have a break during the day. And now for the lips, to make this a bit more nighttime dramatic, I'm taking the colour Elegant by Makeup Geek, lovely deep red. And of course, I just love the look of this. It works really, really well for a winter wedding. You do the usual blot and reapply, and you're done. I really do hope you lovelies found this useful. Don't forget to check me out on Instagram and Facebook. All the details are down below. And happy going to your winter wedding. I'll see you all again soon. Bye!